So, even though I, for one, consider myself a connoisseur of the widdly widdly, I'm also a huge songwriting nerd and have an infinite appreciation for sonic craftsmanship. I'll be honest, the majority of my absolute favourite songs of all time don't have guitar solos in them. So as much as I have a huge admiration for amazingly accomplished, skilled guitarists, I also have a deep admiration for guitarists who know how to show restraint and to know when to stop and leave a song unsullied by the whittles. And unfortunately, I'm not one of them. So today, I want to take a look at some of the sickest, most popular, most perfect songs that do not have a guitar solo in them. Discuss them a little bit and then recreate what they would sound like if they did have a guitar solo in them. Before we continue, be sure to write a comment down below guessing which songs you think we're going to cover today. And then we'll see if you get them right or not. Let's do this. So this is one of those songs that on paper really should not work. As with a lot of System of a Down songs, it straddles a very, very fine line between being fun but also very nearly overbearingly quirky and annoying, and really is a masterclass in how conviction can help sell your song. Those goofy, abstract lyrics might be completely laughable on paper, but Serge and Darren's performances are just so over the top and fucking bombastic that they somehow make it work. And they get you so emotionally engaged in the song that by the end of it, you're literally on your knees like, Speaking of fine lines, I've always loved how contrasting the instrumentation is in this song especially. On the one hand, you have some of the most, dumbest, primal, two-fingered drop C caveman riffs imaginable. And then on the other hand, you have these simply gorgeous, layered arrangements in the intro and the outro. You know, with like the Italian pizzeria-esque, tremolo-picked, mandolin-sounding guitar thing, and the super sexy piano and string arrangement in the end section. Not gonna lie though, I have always thought how fucking sick it would be to have an epic guitar solo at the end, like right at that climax of the song when they start doing those huge layered vocal harmonies. This kind of lush, grandiose arrangement is just absolute heaven to play over. It's so fun. And also, by that point, the song has already done all of the emotional heavy lifting for you, so you can literally just play anything over that bit at the end, and it sounds amazing. So here's my interpretation of a chop suey guitar solo. In my opinion, the main riff in this song is the greatest metal riff ever written. It has the chugs, it has the rhythmic catchiness, it has the tritone interval, it has a bit of syncopation, and it's just at the right tempo to make your eyes wince, your mouth go, and your neck gyrate. The song itself, of course, is also a masterpiece, and it's just filled with this constant, overwhelming sense of foreboding dread. James's lyrics and vocal delivery are truly harrowing and some of the best of his career, in my opinion. For a hill men would kill. Why? They do not know. This combination of unusual amounts of artistic maturity and just raw, primal, youthful energy and aggression is really what makes early Metallica so legendary and so hard to top. Also, I do actually think that a big part of what makes this song so perfect is the fact that it doesn't have a guitar solo in. Honestly, a big problem I have with Metallica's more sort of atmospheric or vibey songs is that, it's all really cool right up until Kirk starts playing, and then like the immersion is just broken. Very much in the same way that, you know, like when you watch a movie with a super typecast actor in, like, I don't know, Bruce Willis, like Samuel L. Jackson or Morgan Freeman, it's like really distracting because it doesn't really feel like you're watching a character, it just feels like you're watching, you know, the actor. Yeah? Not having a bunch of signature Kirk Hammett licks suddenly flung at you out of nowhere allows the magic of the song to hold and, you know, not to break that illusion, that immersion. But just for funsies, I did wonder what it would sound like if that melodic middle section of the song did actually have a full-blown, proper solo in it. But again, unfortunately, in my own style, not in Kirk's. Let's have a look. So, if you had to put a firehead to my arm and tell, well, hang on, a firearm to my head and tell me to name the 3 greatest, most legendary metal bands of all time, I would of course say Psycho Sinner, Sleep Token, and Burzum. Obviously Metallica, Maiden, and Judas Priest. Always in the shadow of the former two, it cannot be overstated just how much of a massive impact Judas Priest has had to our genre of the metals. Compared to literally, actually, every other band of their era, Judas Priest are still going super strong and have been ridiculously consistent. Some of their most recent albums are honestly some of the best work they've ever done. Miles better than the boring, self-indulgent crap Metallica and Maiden do these days. A very silly, campy, fist-pumping anthem, Breaking the Law, was the band's breakout song way back in the early 80s and saw them reach a much wider commercial audience for a short amount of time. Interestingly, Breaking the Law is a bit of an anomaly in their catalogue of hits as well, as it features a surprisingly restrained vocal performance from Rob Halford, who is better known for his soaring operatic vocals. And it doesn't even feature a single guitar solo by KK Downing and Glenn Tipton, who are usually, let's say, no strangers to throwing a solo there and a solo there and a solo over there. I do really feel that it's this corny, unashamed fun that's missing from metal these days, which for the most part is very, very serious and quite devoid of personality. Though the leather waistcoats can stay firmly in the 1980s, thank you very much. Anyway, you cannot deny that that middle 8 section of the song with the sirens and stuff is absolutely screaming for a guitar solo. Yeah? Right, let's do it.
Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law.
So, as a textbook cringe millennial, my teenage years happened to coincide with the rise of the Kerrang era of alternative music. You know, like new metal, pop punk, post-grunge, all that sort of stuff. And interestingly, what a lot of you probably don't realize is that the majority of these huge, like, legacy nostalgia acts now were absolutely, like, fucking hated and maligned back in those days. Limp Bizkit, Korn, Evanescence, even Linkin Park towards the end of their, like, original career. Everyone who wasn't a snot-nosed little teenager back then absolutely hated those bands. And probably the most severe case study of this phenomenon is the legendary, not sure if serious band or not, Creed. Besides Nickelback, of course, I don't think any singular band was on the receiving end of as much pure vitriol as poor old Creed was. They were like the original cool to hate band. I think mainly due to the fact that the vast majority of their, like, biggest hits were really sappy ballads and they just got like so much airplay and circulation, like they were everywhere, so they must have just got like super fucking annoying. And whether you're a fan of Creed or not, you absolutely cannot deny that the song Higher is a really fucking well-written power ballad that has transcended being a mere song and is now just like a fucking pop culture phenomenon that is synonymous with this generation of alternative music. If you lay the memes aside, there's actually tons in this song to be appreciated. Mark Tremonti's guitar work is beautifully arranged and super hooky. And Scott Stapp's vocal performance on this song is nothing short of mythical at this point. And perhaps if this song was made in a different era, it would have had a stonking fat guitar solo, because this song really could have used one. Because like I've said many times before, power ballads are like prime guitar solo territory, and this song is no exception. So here's what I would have played if I was in Creed. Besides the fact I probably would have had enough money to retire like 10 years ago. So I deliberately left this song until last because, I'll be honest with you guys, it's actually my favorite out of this entire list. And I knew that you guys will make fun of me for that, and it'll hurt my feelings. So in my opinion, Evanescence are one of, if not the most slept on band out of all of that era of alternative music. A lot of their music is so well written and like surprisingly sophisticated, especially on the second album. Obviously the vocals are probably not for everyone, especially if you're not really a fan of like clean female vocals in your metal, which I think is why the band's never really crossed over too much into the metal world. But if you don't mind that and you're an open-minded individual, there's actually so much fucking cool stuff to dig into. So Bring Me to Life is obviously the band's biggest, most iconic song. And honestly, I never get bored of it. Yeah, it's cheesy as all hell, and it's really like impossible to decouple it from that very particular era of alternative music due to all of like the tropes, like the heavily gated open new metal power chords and the really funny rapping section. But honestly, all of those things are like very much part of its charm. But unlike many other big songs from bands around that time, this song is just like exceptionally well written. There's just so many cool things about it. The melodies, the really like haunting production, the beautiful arrangement and orchestration, that super epic middle 8 bridge section. Oh, but you know what I'm gonna say, don't you? God, this song really needed a guitar solo. So, seeing as everybody, including the band themselves, really hate that rapping section, here's what it would sound like if you took that away and replaced it with a really inappropriate set of lots of notes played on electric guitar. Cheers guys, I do hope you enjoyed this very fun but silly but jovial but cool video experience. Let me know in the comments down below which solos worked best, which solos worked worse, and if you'd like to see more of these, which songs should I cover? Take care of yourselves out there, and I shall see you again very soon. Goodbye.
Alright mate, do that, then do that. Nice one.